Happy New Year's. I want to welcome you to Shortcuts for Your Soul. It is Monday, December the 3rd, 2022, and we are in for the opportunity of our species' history, at least recent history anyway. We've been faced with this opportunity on multiple occasions. Before we get into this, let's just say thank you again, everybody. Happy New Year's. You're in for an amazing year if you're willing to do some work on yourself. For this Friday's Patreon meeting at 7 p.m. on the 7th, for my Patreons, it will be entitled Awake from Your Sleep with the Divine Collective. And that is going to be our Patreons only live event on the 7th, which is this Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I look forward to seeing you guys in there with the Divine Collective. And they are an amazing group of enlightened beings that are going to show us a whole new way of moving forward. Today I have with me Master St-Germain, and it's entitled A New Dawn. Hello from South Africa. It's entitled A New Dawn, and he had me write like a slash and then the word self. A new dawn, a new self. That is what this year is for each individual of the planet, not just for humanity as a whole. While the ascension process is about the general awakening of the human soul as a phenomenon that's universal to humanity, it must be undertaken individually. Although the collective, as it evolves itself up, can assist others to rise up, it does not necessitate that you will be able to go up with the rest. You have to be able to alter and change your vibration. Just so you know, this Wednesday, January the 5th, we have the beauty of being thoughtless with my guardian angel, John. And having less is having more. And this is about not being inconsiderate or disrespectful. When John was telling me about this, he was saying being thoughtless means you do not have thoughts from your past or fears about your future in the way of your creative process in the present moment. This can be very exciting. So I hope you'll join me for that on Wednesday. On Friday, January the 7th, Shortcuts for Your Soul, Restore Your Temple, also called Resurrecting the Dead with Archangel Raphael. And this is literally a profound step in the direction of your own personal evolution and responsibility over the beautiful gift that body that you're in. You know, that body that you're in is a gift from the divine. You didn't make it. A doctor didn't make it. A priest didn't make it. A minister didn't. Nobody made that body, but something made it for you. And this Friday is about restoring your temple, the divine temple, the body. And that's with Archangel Raphael. So I hope you'll join me for that this Friday. And on this Saturday, we'll be resuming the Saturday meditation. And that hasn't been decided yet. They haven't come through to tell me what the meditation is about, but I can assure you that this year we are in for the ride of our lives if we choose to get on it. Yes. So Master St-Germain is saying it's essentially that you must understand that transformation is a choice, not an event that will just automatically happen for you. Transformation is a choice that you have made. Either you make it now or you've made it before, but it is all based upon a choice to transform yourself from what you are into something different than what you are. I don't want to say more because more implies that somehow you are less, and nothing could be further from the truth in terms of the perception of yourself as a divine entity, an extension of infinite light and love manifesting through you. Transmutation and transformation, and the mechanisms for that are many. But the most important one is your deliberate ability to be able to make the distinction between who you are as a consciousness, what you have in your mind as information, and what you remember or consider to be your future. Only from the perspective of awareness can you hope to transform yourself into that which you are. Transformation is a deliberate choice that is engaged consciously, not automatically. Yes. This transformation has been afforded to humanity on 16 different occasions. On 16 different occasions, you were afforded this opportunity to make the distinction in your consciousness between what is true and what is false, what is creator, what is creation, and what your relationship is to all things. The relationship that you bear to that body is different than the relationship you bear to someone else. The relationship that you bear with your thoughts is different than the relationship you bear with your awareness or the divine within you that gives you the capacity to create by its grace. It moves through every molecule of your body, always, but it is through your choice and willingness that you can harness it and utilize it for a process of transformation, of awakening yourself from a deep, deep slumber in the confines of a personality that you did not intentionally choose, but which you are fully responsible for. In other words, the personality that you believe yourself to be is simply an instrument to be utilized for the process of self-evolution and creation. And you are now faced with the opportunity to become consciously aware, both as an individual, and naturally it would follow that as a collective, the same process would occur on a general scale of human collective unconsciousness. That when enough of you have consciously elected to evolve yourself beyond the limits imposed upon your mind and body by your environment and those around you, may be equally replaced with those that are seeking to evolve beyond what you perceive with your senses. When you invoke any process such as the use of the violet fire, you are invoking an act of creation that you may carry out independent of that which made the body in which you exist. You are able to create independent of that which made your body. This has great opportunity, but also great detriment if it is not understood. For the body does have a life of its own, that of the animal, which is restricted to very fundamental behaviors, whereas the life of your being, of your awareness, is transcendent to that which you call your body. There are very specific requirements in the process of transmutation, that of physical matter, that of mental matter, or what you call the astral energies, and the etheric realms of energy. There is a process of deliberate and intentional and conscious creation that must be undertaken in order for you to deliberately participate in your own transmutation and alignment with that which made you without limitations. Most of your limitations are self-imposed. Are you willing to release them? Are you willing to release them? It must be done deliberately. It must be done intelligently. It must be done mindfully. The renewing of your body, the renewing of your mind are acts of transformation and transmutation. And you may use many tools for this, including meditation, compassion, kindness, love. And equally, and in the opposite direction, you may use fear and guilt and shame, but the transmutation precipitated by them is far less pleasing and has resulted in humanity being in the position and condition of fear in which it finds itself this day. When you choose to use fear as a mechanism of transmutation, then suffering is its inevitable result. The inevitable result in suffering is chemical. It is physical. It is even spiritual. For fear dulls the sense of your consciousness from seeing clearly with a single eye. The new dawn is present with you every moment. Your ability to awaken from your thoughts, to awaken from subjectivity to your senses, to begin to rise up from within matter, to remember who you are as an awareness, as a being, and then to acquire the necessary knowledge and skills to articulate a deliberate and intentional transformation in what you call that body, these thoughts, and the world around you. They are not separate, you know. You are not separate from all things, but you may be by degree not aligned to certain qualities such as fear. When you are in love, you cannot be in a state of fear. When you are in fear, you cannot be in a state of love. So the alteration and transmutation of your energy, that of your body and of your mind, becomes very crucial for this time of the new dawn, what you call ascension, the transmutation of the lower base human to the divine expression that it is intended to be. Much the same way as an acorn is intended to be an oak tree, so too are you intended to be something other than human. But you may use the medium of your humanity as an expression of your divinity. Is that not exciting? Is that not exciting to use the mechanism as an expression of your divinity? As equally as you've been using the expression of your body and your mind for your fear and your uncertainty and your doubt, which only comes from the separation you believe exists between you and that which gives you life abundantly every day. It is the belief in that separation between yourself and that which gives you life that is giving rise to all fear, all doubt, and all uncertainty. You do not understand the power that flows through you from the perspective of what you are as a consciousness, as a being, as an awareness, as a divine entity. The distinction between your body, your mind, and your awareness, or if I may use the word soul, that distinction once made puts you firmly in the position of deliberate transformation and transmutation, which must be undertaken consciously. It must be undertaken consciously, just as the final pushes of a mother gives birth to the child, so too you must exert the effort over that body, over that mind, to give birth to yourself, so that you become aware of your divine mother and your divine father. You must push yourself out of the old self, your awareness, that which you are. And so the new dawn is deliberate and undertaken deliberately. It is not an event that is just going to happen if you sit around and wait for it. You are an active participant. Every one of us is an active participant, or an unconscious participant, which is where all suffering resides. Unconsciousness is death. Consciousness is everlasting life. Understand the distinction between these two. You are not bound by form when you realize that you are alive, when you are transcendent to matter in a most profound way. The simple elegance of being able to understand that your capacity to move in and out of physical dimensions is already established. You transmute yourself the moment you become aware of your thoughts. You transmute yourself from subjectivity to them to being aware of them. You rise above one level of your expression to a new level of expression. And you may find yourself subjective to your fear, and you find yourself being bound down in lower frequencies, and you align yourself to love, and you transmute yourself to love. The process of transmutation is deliberate, intentional, conscious. It is our firm goal that humanity shall awaken at this time, it requires that the surrendering of all fear, the surrendering of all fear must occur. And it must be done deliberately and intelligently. You think you are bound by the conditions of the environment exclusively? If you understood even a small fraction of what you are capable of, this world would transform in the twinkling of an eye, and it is doing so as you hear these words. There is a transmutation underway by many that are consciously engaged in this work along with you. You cannot separate the effects that you will have over which you are conscious. What you think about your body, what you think about this world, what you feel, these things affect the conditions of environment as equally as they affect the conditions of your body or the wellness of your mind. It is important you understand the need for conscious and deliberate control over your thoughts, over what you shall eat, how you shall rest, what you shall do with this divine instrument that you find yourself in, hearing these words, what shall you do to honor that body? We will not waste any more time. There is no time to waste in the realm of the divine. There is no time to waste. To become aware of what you are, to become aware even for an instant that you are not your thoughts, that you are not that body. In an instant, you can rise in consciousness to that which you are. Yes, there is a outflow of transmutational energy from all who are aware. There is an outflow of transmutational energy from all of those who are aware to all others who are unaware, that they may feel the wave of light that emanates from these dear ones that transmit this energy to the collective of humanity. You will remain subjective only if you choose to hold on to your suffering. You will remain subjective only if you choose to hold on to your suffering, or if you choose to impose suffering on others to escape your own. You will remain in suffering. You cannot escape the effects of your own causes. And you may seek to project them onto others, but you cannot escape the effects of your own causes. And the effects of fear are very different than the effects of love. And you will know by the result which voice has spoken. Is it fear or is it love? In each moment of your existence, you will know, is it love that speaks around me, through me, or is it fear? When you become aware of that distinction and aware of that choice, then love is the obvious choice from the perspective of long-term thriving as a species. There have been conditions on this planet that have been repeated multiple times. And you are faced now again with the opportunity to repeat your past again, or to transcend it. To repeat your past again or transcend it. As individuals, as a collective species. There is not one thing in all of creation, neither the sun nor the moon nor the stars, that you are separate from. You bear a very direct and intimate relationship with all things when you are consciously aware. You bear an intimate and profound relationship with all things when you are aware. Just as you are in a profound relationship with every cell in that physical body. Most of you are unaware of this. but you have a profound and intimate relationship with every cell in this body that you find yourself in. Every nerve, every organ, every gland is a community that you have a relationship within. Unfortunately, most of you have unhealthy relationships with this instrument. But it is your choice in any moment to restore love. To restore love to your temple. And in do so, you will also restore love to the world around you. For the effects of love and fear are very distinct. And the new dawn is love. And there is an even greater love than you may know when you restore what you may, that you can understand. And by this, I simply mean to whatever degree and extent you can deliberately and intelligently restore love to your temple, restore love to your words, restore love to your deeds. To the degree and extent you're able to do that, you will elevate yourself up in love. And there's always a greater love. There's always a greater love. Even for those of us that have evolved beyond what you call matter, we also continue to evolve, change, and grow in consciousness. And although the perception of self as a consciousness is the same essentially as yours is in that body, the mechanisms and the vehicles differ in degree and intensity as to how they will impact creation in time, space. But it is your choice now. It is your choice to be free. This is the new dawn. Love is the new dawn. Love is the new dawn. You cannot strike someone down in love, but you can raise them up in love. Love would never strike down an enemy. It would raise them up. By the hand, you'd pull them together. You move forward together, understanding that the survival of one is dependent upon the survival of the other. Love needs love to evolve. Cool. Thank you so much. I'm really grateful that we get to be here today. I really am. Thank you so much. Good morning, everybody. I just hitting the ground running as usual. Yes, Master St-Germain just wants me to reiterate, it's important you understand that the mechanisms of transformation are manifold. You may harness the consciousness of the violet fire, which is a transmutational energy, as equally as love is a transmutational energy, as joy is a transmutational energy, as even fear and anger are transmutational energies, the only distinction being the effects that either have on your experience of time, space, and matter. But you may choose any mechanism for transformation. But for this new dawn, love is the mechanism. Joy is the mechanism. Playfulness is the mechanism. Curiosity, these are the mechanisms that you want to employ in your deliberate awakening. Just the act of becoming aware that you are not your thoughts is a profound act of transmutation. Just becoming aware that you are not your thoughts is a profound act of transformation. Just becoming aware that you are not your thoughts is a profound act of transformation. Wow. Thank you, Master St-Germain. I appreciate that. Just knowing you're not your thoughts is a profound act of transformation. Good morning, Fardiba. Hello, Bethany. Happy New Year, everybody. Hi, Marjorie. Hi, Julius. Well, Happy New Year. We are in for an amazing year, folks. We are in for an absolutely amazing year. Love is the mechanism. Love, joy. It is so important that we engage consciously and deliberately these energies as often and as frequently as you can. You're going to be witnessing a transformation all around you and within you if you are consciously engaged in altering what your energy is. Yeah, he's just saying there are many instruments that you can use, physical ones as well. He says that you can also use things like living food. You want to retransform your body by how you treat it, how you work it, how you take care of it. You can transform your body too. You can literally elevate it to a light body, right? You can, he's saying, you can actually embody, and you are as a soul, you embody light in the body, but many of you are shrunk down by the confines of your limiting thoughts and beliefs and actions that keep the body low vibrational. Raise it up. Raise up the vibration of your body. Yes, we are. Question from Bo. Will I be putting the 104 class on your website so we can sign up? Yes, it will be up there today. It'll be up there before 4 p.m. today. And again, the 104 class, which has been in development and just started coming through about 3.5, 4 weeks ago, it's going to be pretty amazing. It's called Transcendence, and it's going to be focused exclusively on what some of the elements that Master St-Germain is talking about today, like literally transforming your body, your mind, and awakening your soul. Because this, you cannot, if you're just a personality, you cannot rise above it. And you're not a personality. Anyway, you'll see all the information on the registration when it's up there today. But yes, Bo, it will be there. Thank you for asking that. Question from Adam. Can I ask Archangel Metatron to explain what electrical alignment means in reference to grounding, and how does grounding modulate this? What exactly permits asynchronous in a grounded state? He's saying allowing. You must understand there is no resistance in the process of what you call grounding. To reattune or recalibrate your biology to its natural state releases resistance in your consciousness as to how you as an awareness can function through matter. The alignment and quality of the body's electrical systems is determined by several factors. From the perspective of grounding, it is simply an electrical connection that is deliberately and consciously rearticulated through your acts. To place your hand upon a tree, to place your feet upon the ground, to immerse yourself in water, to deliberately imbibe air through your breath. These are mechanisms for grounding, and they electrically align your body to its natural state of being without resistance. And in that state without resistance, the flow of energy, not simply physical energy, but the electrical energy, can be increased or decreased by the consciousness that you hold. You may expand the allowance of this energy so that your soul has available creative energy to alter and change structures of matter, time, and space with energy. Your ability to utilize and harness limitless energy exists only because you are aware of it. And it is only through your awareness, for example, of your body that you can move your body. It is only through your awareness of it that you can do these things. So too, when you are aware of the flow of energy coming without resistance through that body, can you alter and change the way it responds to temperature, the way in which it responds to healing, the way in which it responds to certain actions. So having that flow of energy in a free form without resistance is the key purpose and function of grounding, to establish a state of non-resistance in your biology, in your mind, in your emotions, and in your awareness, to have no resistance, so that energy may flow unrestricted through you. Wow, great question, Adam. Thank you so much. Good morning, Grace. Question from Manoj. I have myopia, short-sightedness in the eyes. Both my daughters have it also. What is the lesson here? What do we need to know to cure my myopia? I don't know who this is. This is a female energy coming in, and they're saying to declare and understand that you are grateful for what you see, not for what you do not see. Be grateful for what you see, and more of what you need to see shall be revealed to you. Be grateful for what you see. Wow. Thank you. It's a great question. Question from Betsy. How can we use our bodies as an expression of our divinity? He's saying it's important you understand when there is no resistance, the divine can flow. Your mind acts as a form of resistance over energy, just as your body, if it is in a low vibrational state, will affect a resistance over the flow of your divinity. Just as your awareness, depending on how you utilize it, if your attentions are caught upon suffering, if your energy is attached to fear, then the diminishment in the perception of your divinity and its flow through you is restricted. To give your full attention to that light that flows unendingly and ultimately lovingly through you will give you the understanding of what I am saying. But understand that if there is fear, if there is suffering, if there is these negative energies, they act as a restriction on the flow of this energy through you into your mind and through the body. To release the resistance is key. Resistance is released by increasing the vitality of body, the clarity of mind, the peace of emotion, and the joy of your being. In no resistance, you will find freedom. Wow, thank you so much. Really appreciate that, Betsy. Question from Julia. Does Saint-Germain have any guidance for me today? He's laughing. He's saying, what have you been listening to? What is it you have heard? Has it not been sufficient to hear the truth? You must understand that if your ears are open, you will hear. If they are closed, you will not hear. And from your question, I would postulate that you have not been listening very well to the message. For if any of you have heard these words, great will be your joy. For those of you that have not, you will have questions. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Got time for one more question. Oh, you're welcome, Minaj. Lots of love to you too, brother, sister, friend. Question from Drusilla. Can they tell me what my frequency is? If your frequency is high, you will be happy. If your frequency is low, you will not. This is very simple. The polarity of energies of love and fear are frequencies. Your science can measure them even as they work through your body. They can measure the vibrational frequency of love through your body and the vibrational frequency of fear through your body. They are very different. So what frequency are you choosing? You must understand all that I've said today is quite simply measured in this term, that you are consciously and deliberately able to evolve your frequency, to lift thine self up, to renew yourself in light, in love, in joy. But frequency is manifold. Yours is determined solely by where you will place your attentions. And if it is a place of love, then your frequency is high. If it is a place of fear, is a frequency that you would call low, although these are simply relative terms. Fear is simply just a lower vibrational state of being. Love is a higher vibrational state of being, and you may choose either. You were given free will so that you could exercise it. Unfortunately, there are many of you that are exercising your free will incorrectly, to the detriment of your body, to the detriment of your world, to the detriment of your neighbors. Such simple things. If you hear these words again, or if you have not heard them at all, please listen to this again and hear these words, that you are entering a new dawn, a new life of transformation and deliberate transmutation from a lower vibrational state to a higher vibrational expression, to your divinity, which is, in the words of some of the great teachers, the expressions of love are the words of God. The acts of God are expressions of love. Remember this. And that which fashions your heart to beat is ever within you, waiting for you to call it forth, to call it into your life. Thank you. Thank you for that super chat, Drusilla. Last question from Vertical Connection. Are high-frequency children born into this world currently to support the increase of awareness? Again, I don't know who this is, but it's a strong male energy. They're coming in. No, they're coming in because there's massive suppression. There's massive suppression on the planet through fear, power, and control. And so many of these new dear ones are coming in as quickly to counterbalance this suppression, to bring higher frequency in. But those of you that are here already, let you hear these words. Align yourself to a fearless state, to love's grace, and liberate yourself. There is great suppression unfolding on this world for those that are doing the suppressing, and those who are being suppressed are in compliance with each other, but it takes only one to break the agreement. But you will see many dear children trying to come into this planet very rapidly, these higher vibrational beings, to counter this suppression. But those of you that are here have greater opportunity to do this and to open the door further for them. Be mindful of this suppression. Do not surrender yourself to fear. Wow. Thank you so much, everybody. I really appreciate your coming out today. Again, I want to reiterate on this Friday's Patreon's Only Live event, it's going to be Awake from Your Sleep with the Divine Collective. And that's what Friday's Patreon meeting at 7 p.m. And again, I want to thank my patrons for all their support over the last couple of years. And I'm looking forward to that. On this Wednesday, January the 5th, the beauty of being thoughtless. And this is really exciting for me. My guardian angel, John, is going to discuss the beauty of being thoughtless. And he told me to put in brackets, having less is having more. So I'm really excited about that. So I hope you'll join me on Wednesday on Short Touch Your Soul at 10 a.m. And this Friday, Restore Your Temple. And it's with Archangel Raphael. And it's about resurrecting the dead. And this is going to be very exciting because it's a very interesting twist on what life and death are that I'm very excited to share with you. And then on Saturday, we will resume our meditation. Again, I don't know what the meditation is yet. It hasn't been presented to me, but I will certainly be announced before next Saturday. And I want to wish all of you much love, a happy new year. Align yourself to love. Become fearless. Have less fear in your mind. You know, there's just so much. I love you all. Thank you for your support. Much love, everybody. Remember, this is an amazing time we are moving into. Much love, everybody. Bye for now.